Welcome to The After Show, the show where we bring it to you raw and real about your favorite mainstream and reality TV shows and the actors we love or love to hate. Tonight, we'll be talking about Tyler Perry's Too Close to Home, Season 2, Episode 8. And I'm telling you, we're not going to be pulling any punches on this one. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce you to the guys on the couch. Guy number 2, say hello to the people.
Hi, everybody. I'm guy number 2. Fill up and have a seat because you're in for a real good treat.
Guy number 3, say hello to the people.
Guy number 3, I'm ready to get it in.
We're all going to get it in. All of us. And to make sure that we get it in, I have two women with us tonight who will be giving us the female perspective. Chris, say hello to the people.
Hi, this is Chris in Tennessee with a female's perspective.
Oh my goodness. You guys know Chris. She's going to give it to you raw and she's going to give it to you real. And so is Natasha. Say hello to the people.
Hey, this is Natasha from South Bend, Indiana, and let's chop it up.
Oh my God, we're going to chop it up. And of course, you guys know, I'm CC Cowan, your host for this evening, and the talk of New York. Are you guys ready?
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, you guys, check this out. We have just watched the season finale of Tyler Perry's Too Close to Home, Season 2, Episode 8. The title of the episode was called Blurred Lines. And I'm telling you, I lost focus of what was going on because there was so much going on. I was like, oh my God, I was on the floor rolling around. I was screaming. I was yelling. I was like, I can't believe this. There were times where I even covered my eyes with my hands. And I think my co-hosts were equally as surprised at some of the things that were going on. What about you guys? What about you, guy number 3? Were you just blown away by this season finale?
Man, my socks was blown right off my other body. I couldn't believe what was going on. I was like, what in the world is happening?
I'm telling you. Listen, if you were near me, I probably would have grabbed one of your socks and stuffed it in my mouth to keep from screaming so loud. It was really good.
It was intense.
It was intense. What about you, guy number 2? I mean, what was your reaction to?
Oh, my God. It was so wild. It was so intense. I thought Shelby was going to lose all her hair during that episode.
Well, we're going to talk about Shelby's hair and some other things that she lost. I'm telling you. But what about the female perspective? Let's talk to Natasha. Natasha, what was your response? I mean, were you blown away?
Oh, totally. I was just all in sorts of awe. Like, look, I'm still speechless from it. I can't even talk. My tongue is tied.
Absolutely. And Chris, come on, Chris, talk to me. Were you shocked as well?
Well, I thought it was great. I was super excited to see some of the stuff we had said happening, and then some of the stuff we said we were wrong about. And then there was some that was just way left field we didn't expect at all. So I was really blown off my feet.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm glad. We had talked about some things, and yes, you are right. I was blown off my feet while you were blown off. We were all blown off our feet. But guess what? You're going to really be blown off your feet because we have some guests that's coming on the show. Yeah, we have a special guest from the cast of Too Close to Home who will be joining us on the show tonight, shortly. And as you guys know, and all of you guys who are tuned in around the world listening to the after show, don't go away either because we're going to, after this episode, we're going to be talking about Tyler Perry's The Have and Have Nots. Yeah. And we have a special guest joining us for that episode as well. So you want to stick close to your devices. You want to make sure that you're tuned in because it's going down tonight on the after show. All right, we're back, and we're going to get into this thing. All right, you guys, let's talk about how the show opened up, okay? How the show opened up. Last we talked, Bonnie was in her trailer, and they had already, when I say they, I'm talking about those sisters, had already agreed that they would join the sheriff in cleaning out Jolene's trailer. They were going to clean it out. Bonnie, Anna, Shelby, we're going to clean out Jolene's trailer. We got to get rid of this stuff. And it was really not the wisest thing to do. It was kind of against the advisement of Frankie. You know, she said, I don't think this is something that should be done. And sometimes you have to listen when someone is warning you. Sometimes you have to listen even if someone isn't warning you. And before I go any further, let me just apologize to someone. I have to apologize. I have to eat a little crow tonight. Okay, put a little salt, a little pepper on it, doctor it up, and eat a little crow tonight because Chris did say, I think Samantha said it too, that they thought that the dress that Shelby was going crazy over was the dress that she might have worn when something bad had happened to her. And I totally disagreed last night. I was like, I don't think so. Well, turns out it was. It was so. So, you guys get a point. I admit you guys knew what you were talking about. Okay?
All right, apology accepted.
All
Are we
right.
good? Are we good, Chris?
I guess we're all right.
I guess we're all right. I love it. Okay, look, so they go into Jolene's trailer. Things are being tossed about, and Shelby is standing over this bed. She's screaming at her mother, and this dialogue was sickening last night. So talk to me about this dialogue, guy number 2.
Well, the trailer trio, they were around Mom's bed, and it was about to go down. And Shelby was in the middle of the ring, getting her hair pulled by her mother, who was completely resentful over the little statements that she was making about how she treated them in the past. So it was kind of riveting because we see Jolene really, coming out the box. I mean, she didn't move out of the bed, but she really had Shelby in a headlock and was going to pull all her hair. She actually did pull her hair out. It was crazy. It was so crazy. But it was a really emotional scene as well because you see that the girls are really confronting their mother for the very first time as a unit to say, hey, this happened, and you're going to admit it. You are going to admit it.
They were determined to make Jolene admit, her part in the demise of their life and their livelihood. I mean, they were like, you're going to do it. And they stood, it was like 3 the hard way over that bed, you guys. I was like, my God.
Okay.
Chris, they made her eat it.
Exactly. Chris, talk to me about that scene because I think it was an emotional scene. It was so surreal. Talk to me. What did you feel about that scene?
Well, I mean, I get the point of the scene. I just don't understand. I mean, I think it was for drama effect because I think the girls wanted everyone to know that the reason their lives were as messed up as it is because what they went through with their mother. I don't see how any of it was going to help the mom at all because she was still a hot mess. But the kids, the girls, it might give them the aspect of, you know how closure, you finally get it out of your mouth and you feel better?
Right.
I think that might have been the aspect. They finally got to confront her and not hold punches with her, not baby her because she's overweight or baby her because she's hurt. They got to say, my life is this way because of you.
Powerful, wow. Deep, and I get it. No, they couldn't baby her. She's too big to be a baby now. That thing is too big to be a baby. I want to talk. Sure. I want to talk to Frank. Look at me. I want to talk to Frankie. We're going to get on Frankie. I want to talk to Natasha as well. Now, Natasha, we watched Shelby go off on Jolene. Okay, it was emotional watching her cry and knowing that she literally sold this girl for a quarter.
That blew my mind.
Absolutely demeaning. Absolutely demeaning. And I thought it couldn't get any worse until Anna spit on her mother. Talk to me about your reaction to Anna spitting on Jolene.
Yeah, I'm proud of her. I'm real proud of her. I would have spat on her too. technically I'm not all for spitting on people, but that one deserved it. I mean, for Jolene to sit there and seem so unremorseful, like just untouched by all their raw emotions, saying that she did what she had to do just to keep, food on the table. But as they explained, she wanted to get drunk, get high, go out to the club. So she did what she had to do to provide those things for herself. It's not like she was doing something for her family. So, yeah, I can see why Anna would give that type of reaction to her mother.
Whew. Now, this is deep, you guys, because I have been angry. We've all been angry at people, right? I don't know. I mean, where do you have to go within yourself to summon up that kind of darkness where you're going to spit on someone? That's deep. That's deep. And you know what? It's even more deep for me when I think about it, coming from a woman who says she deserved it. That's deep. That is deep. What do you think about that guy number 3?
I think that is deep. That's a little deep. I think Jolene was totally out of pocket for what she said because she didn't care. She just sold that girl for a quarter, and she didn't give us a second thought. She was taking that money and now partying with it. She wasn't spending it all on food like she said she was. And that's why the girls confronted her with it. They wanted her to feel what they felt when they gave up their innocence to a man who didn't care about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's my thing, you guys. I was wrong about that dress. Okay, I was off about that dress. But I still stick to some of the things that we spoke about a few episodes back. I don't think those girls are her biological daughters. We're going to see. It's just too much. You know, when we look at life, real life, reality, not television, we see these things happening. We read about them happening. We hear about them happening. Sometimes they've even happened to us. Very similar things. And you grow up either hating your parent or, you know, love hating them. You love them, but you hate them. And it doesn't seem to be any love for this woman, not even an ounce, not a speckle, not a drop of love from any of these daughters. And I think that's very odd. Usually you might see that with a foster parent, an adopted parent. But the biological, there's absolutely nothing about Jolene that's good. Well, I'll ask someone else who joins us later about that. Okay. So look, you guys, Bonnie basically confessed. Yeah, I'm trying to kill you. I'm trying to feed you to death. Okay? I'm trying to stuff every waffle, every bagel with cream cheese, every spinach quiche that I can muster up. Okay? Every shrimp kebab and every taco I can muster up out of this little pizza diner. I'm trying to ship it over to you and shove it down your throat so you can pass away. I want to talk to Natasha. Natasha, talk to me about, just the idea that Bonnie even thinks that she can get away with that. That's murder. That's premeditated murder if she dies. So what do you think is going through Bonnie's mind? Other than the fact, we know things happen, but what's going through her mind now? Because she's crossed the line into just, it's criminal intent.
That's only if she get caught. I mean, hey, the mom can stop herself from eating, but hey, she can die happy. I mean, shoot, she put that last little breadcrumb to her mouth and passed on. I'm pretty sure Bonnie did her job then.
But I don't believe this. You know what? I think Natasha has an issue. We're going to have to talk to Natasha after the show. I might have to call my friend Dr. Ish and find out and see if we can get Dr. Ish and Dr. V to talk to Natasha. But look, she made a statement, you guys. She said that's only if, she's found out. Well, Shelby is a wild card, and there's no guarantee that Shelby will not spill those beans. She's already been telling everybody that you're trying to kill her. You're trying to kill her. You're trying to kill her. Okay? So I can't wait to see what happens next season with that. Let's talk very quickly about this crazy press secretary, you guys, who clearly has a disdain for the First Lady. But it seems as though we were right. She's one of the women that the president has actually slept with. What do you think about that guy, number 2?
I think it's crazy because you're not going to go up against Caitlin Christian for anything. You're stupid. You are absolutely stupid. So I hope she's already got her dress picked out and her grade plot paid for and all those other things. Because Caitlin's going to take her down. She's going to take her down. It's just not going to happen. I don't know who she thinks she is or who she's dealing with, but First Lady Christian, she's going to take you down. Good luck.
She is totally going to take her down. And let's talk about taking someone down. I mean, if this press secretary is able to stand off on the side and watch the sheer precision in which Caitlin is taking the president down, her husband, I mean, I would run for the hills. I would, as soon as I could, apply for a job at Popeyes and tell them I'll make the crispy chicken. Yeah, I would make. Put me on biscuits, okay? Put me on biscuits. So, Chris, talk to me. Chris, talk to me about the interview that the president and his wife did. Again, sitting down with a woman who was much like Barbara Walters, right? She was digging and trying to find out information. I know that this interview was purely damage control. Do you think that he was successful at, doing damage control? Or did Caitlin just shatter the wall of the presidential image?
Well, we saw the same episode. I mean, there was no damage control done. She told everything. I mean, that's what you're talking about when she said they was doing it. The door was shut, and that was there was no damage control there.
Well, here's the thing. When you say that there's no damage control there, we have a president in our office.
Oh, Lord.
Who is, no, listen, I'm not even attacking him. I'm just saying that we have a president in our office who's holding the office, a man who's holding the office of president right now in 2017 in the United States of America. And there is a clear line drawn in the sand over what he is telling the truth about and what he is lying about. And so, what's clear to one may not be clear to another. So in that sense, was there damage control? There are people who love President Christian and are sitting back saying, I believe him. All he had to do was put that word out there, well, she's been fighting alcoholism, she's a drunk. And people will grab that and hold on to that. And then she's over there, she's angry, and she's like the scorned wife. We have seen Olivia Pope twist words and make people believe it. So just because Caitlin did and said what she said doesn't mean that there's not a comeback. That press secretary can fix it. That's why I asked if you think that there was some damage control or not.
No, absolutely not. Because once it's out there, it's in the people's minds. The damage is done. There might be people that be like, oh, well, maybe it's true or maybe it's not, but it's always going to be in the back of their mind that it happened. It's always there. It's like any bad publicity. If it's publicity still, but it's still negative.
It is. Totally negative. I thought it was just very entertaining the way he sat there and he began to squeeze her hand, and she called him out, much like I would do. Stop squeezing my hand. You can stop doing that now. Look, and being a person who works in media and behind the scene and behind the camera, in front of the camera, I would have zoomed in. In the production room, I said, zoom in on them fingers, zoom in on the ring. I want to see fingerprints. How far in, Mr. Cowan? Zoom in and get the fingerprints. I want to see the grease under his nails. I know that thing eat ribs. I know he eat ribs on his off time. But let's talk about ribs. Okay? Let's talk about ribs for a minute. Okay? Bonnie is working in this diner, okay? And she has an employee that works in the diner. And, I've come to love this woman, Octavia. And what I don't understand about this dynamic is, are they friends or are they not friends? Because no one seems to want to take ownership of knowing anyone else. What do you guys think? Is Bonnie and Octavia friends or are they not? Guy number 2, what do you think?
Nah, they're not friends. They're just associated. They just happen to live in the same trailer park. I mean, there's some obvious animosity between the two of them, and I know that we're going to see that later on. And I think it just is more centered around Jolene. This is something to do with Jolene. It definitely has something to do with her. Because, Octavia kind of turned her nose up, and she was like, oh, you want me to help you get your mom's food ready and all this stuff? But she was sending it over to her, and she just kind of was like, after the fact. So there's something there. I mean, it's definitely, I don't think that they're friends at all. I really don't.
What about you guys, number 3?
I think they could possibly be friends if they let go of some of the rigmarole that's going on in between them being close. They could grow to be friends. It's something in there that can make them grow to become friends. They're all going through something, and sometimes it takes a struggle to pull people together. So anything is possible. They could be friends. They could end up being friends from this because they all are going through something. They're all trying to accomplish a common goal.
Well, the thing that gets me with these two, and I understand that you guys say they're just acquaintances, right? But the trailers are so close together, they could be biological siblings.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Those trailers are so close together, okay, that Octavia could put her cornbread in the oven and Bonnie can pull it out for her without getting out of bed.
Wow.
Okay? So
that's close.
I'm a little baffled about that, and we're going to talk more about Bonnie and about Octavia in a little while, but I want to talk to you guys about something else. Listen, we had a wonderful show yesterday, and we were joined by the incredible Nick Ballard, a.k.a. Dax, a.k.a. Superman, a.k.a. Super Duper Man, a.k.a. Superman 2017. Did you guys enjoy that interview?
Yeah.
It was great. It was phenomenal.
Yes,
yeah,
it was awesome.
Awesome.
It was totally good, man. That was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys will enjoy, in fact, I know you will, the interview that we have coming up shortly. Yeah. So, look, I want to talk to you guys about Dax and Victor, because in last night's episode, we saw that old Victor was at it again, running that mouth. Okay? Guy number 3, talk to me about the fact that Victor found his way up off of the floor, bleeding half to death the episode prior. This episode, he's sitting up on the bed, still running his mouth.
Now, Victor, he got to get something started because he already mad because his parents got deported. And so he thinks the only way of getting Dax's attention is by firing off a few shots at him to hurt him by saying something, that'll hurt his feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just shoots off his mouth a few times, right? And it ain't been nothing good. Dax, man, he's going to jump up and pop him in the mouth again, and he'll be knocked out again.
Listen, I was rooting.
What's going to happen?
I was rooting for Dax to just get up and wail on him again. I was tweeting out. Were you guys tweeting out as well? Like, do you guys want Dax to just put his foot to throat? Talk to me, Chris. Who were you rooting for?
I didn't want him to hit that man again. I said that. I said, don't hit him because that boy has a problem. He just don't know when to shut up. Now, he already done got beat up by a bunch of rednecks. Then he ran his mouth and got beat up by his, I guess, ex-boyfriend, whatever. And now running his mouth again. You got to know when to shut up. He just didn't know to shut up.
He absolutely doesn't know when to shut up. I was so over Victor. I don't know what to do with him. That mouth, and you think he would have learned with all of those solid hits that Dax delivered to his jaw. But we're going to talk more about that in a moment. Right now, we have a guest, and I hope you guys are ready. Joining us on this episode of The After Show is the incredible breakout star on Tyler Perry's Too Close to Home. I love this woman. She's totally captured my heart. I want to see more of her. You guys say hello to Angela Marie Rigsby, Octavia.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
y'all doing?
We're good.
And thank you for that. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you.
I love it. I love you. I'm Cece Cowan. Glad you're on the show. We are fans of the show.
Thank you. Thank you for watching it. It's amazing. It's a great show. Mr. Perry has done amazing work. These actors. Y'all were talking about Victor, right?
Yes, we were talking about that Victor.
Yes. Oh, I'm just wondering when he's going to get out that room.
I'm wondering the same thing.
You know, when he starts looking better, it's just like he just messes himself up again.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Octavia. Can I call you Octavia?
You can call me Octavia. Yes, please.
I love that. Just for a little while. I love it. Love the way it rolls off my tongue.
Tavia, you know what?
Don't tell me, because I'll come up with a nickname. Just between me and you.
Yes, do it.
Okay. So look, I know that Victor is in that room and he's running his mouth. I think he secretly wants to stay. He wants Dax to beat him down so he can stay there and argle over Brody. That's what I think. I think he's ogling over Brody, and it's a mess. It's a mess.
I can see that.
Okay, but here's what else we can see. Octavia. You have totally just burst onto the scene, okay, and just stole everyone's heart. We are glued to our television sets every time you hit the scene.
Yeah.
So we have a ton of questions for you. And I'm going to start, and then I'm just going to kind of go around the group. I wanted you to know before we do that, though, we have people from everywhere on the line who's actually tuned in. And as part of the show, we have guy number 2 who's in Richmond, Virginia. We have guy number 3 who's in Chicago. We have Chris who's in Tennessee. And we have Natasha who's in South Bend, Indiana. Of course, I'm in New York City. So we are tuning in, watching you, and we have questions for you. Can we jump right into them?
Jump right in. Ask away, yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to start light. How did you get cast on the show? How did Tyler find you?
It is that is the story right there. So I graduated from Columbus State University in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
About 7 months later, I want to say like January, I'm working 2 jobs, one at Starbucks, one at Barnes & Noble, trying to pay bills,
right.
Struggling artist. So I'm at Barnes & Noble, and this gentleman walks up, and he's like, hi, I need help. It's actually one of the executive producers, Mark Swinton. I didn't know that at the time, and I just helped him, and we just started talking. And I told him I was an actress. He told me he was a producer, and he set up an audition for me. About 2 months later, I got a call back, and then I got cast the next day, and then we started filming. So this is season 1, because I was in 1 episode.
Right.
Season 1, and that was episode 4. It was a 5-page scene, 4 minutes long, and after that, Mr. Perry wrote me in. All the rest of the season, he just, went crazy. Gave me a sister-in-law, gave me a brother, gave me a trifling-ass sister-in-law. Okay, but
okay.
I'll take it. And, God is good. It was a blessing. That's, follow your dreams. I am living proof of that.
I love it. In fact, when I get off this call with you, I'm heading out to Barnes & Noble's.
Yes.
Okay, look, you do have a trifling sister-in-law, you do, and I know that my fellow co-hosts want to talk about that trifling sister-in-law and your relationship with her and everyone else in Happy, Alabama. So I'm going to start with guy number 2. Talk to Octavia. Give her a question right now.
Oh, my God. So my primary question for you right now, thanks for coming on the show, by the way. I'm so excited. But when are you going to knock the sister-in-law in the head? You had her in the bathroom. You need to just bust her upside the head. And, just get it over with. I'm ready to just knock her.
When we were in that bathroom, it took everything in me not to beat her ass right then and there. But you know what? You can't explain that to my brother. How's she going to explain that to my be like, oh, I fail, and then he gonna think I'm beating her. You know what I mean? So it's best, you know, to let her be for now. I did pull her braids out.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. All right, so look, we're going to try to go around the room pretty quickly. Let's go to Natasha to give us a question for Octavia.
We were just talking about this. I do want to know, what's the relationship between you and Bonnie? Are y'all friends or not?
We are friends. We're friends. You know how you have that one coworker who you click with? It's like they always got something going on in their life and stuff. So it's kind of like entertainment, but at the same time, I really do like mess with her. She's a good person. She takes care of everybody, you know. So we're friends.
I can see how you guys would be friends too, because she's, you know, they present her as a woman with a good heart, and then we see also a woman with a good heart and a great figure, I might add. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go to guy number 3. Guy number 3, give us a question for Octavia.
Octavia, I'd like to know, with you and Frankie coming up with the conclusion that y'all cannot tell Nelson about what happened with Regina, would that bring you two maybe even closer together?
You know what?
Frankie?
It definitely did. She opened up about, you know, her ex-husband or her current husband. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but she brought that up about how, you know, he cheated on her and she doesn't stand cheaters, and I feel like that's not something, especially, you know, that it's not something that you tell people. You don't meet people and be like, yeah, my husband cheated on me. You know, that's very secretive. So for her to tell me that, it was, you know, that's her opening up. And I don't take that lightly, you know, so I appreciate her. And instead, you know, she did, you know, she was real sneaky about how she told me that they were cheating. But I do appreciate that she did do that.
You know what? I actually love the way that Frankie did that, because most people, especially in the hood, right? And the trailer park is like the hood in the trailer park. But most people, you know, they kind of get all in your business. She kind of just stood back and kind of led you to it without telling you. She just kind of wants you to go over there and look in there and check that. So I actually like that. That was ingenious and played out very well. Let's go over to Chris right now. Chris, do you have a question for the beautiful Octavia?
I do, really. Do you think that your brother is going to be angry at you when he finds out that you knew and didn't tell him?
I'm extremely worried about that. I'm extremely nervous about that, actually. I think it's easy to try to place your anger on somebody who, like, helped the situation instead of the people who were actually in the situation. So I'm worried that, you know, that might backfire on me. But if it does, I'm going to, you know, handle it. Because, I mean, I wasn't wrong for not telling him. Even though the reason, you know, my reasoning was in a good place, it's still not right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It wasn't right. So, look, I have a question for you. Well, I have a few questions, and we're going to try to run through them because I know the fans want to know and the listeners want to know all over the place. So, 1, are you married? Is Angela Marie Rigsby married?
No, I'm not married yet. We'll see. I'm 24, so I'm not trying to rush anything, but no, I'm not married.
Look, I know you're not rushing. You're on that hit television show. You better not be rushing. You better make sure it's right.
Okay. Right? Okay.
You better make sure it's right. You remind me so much of the women in my family, so I was immediately drawn to you. Now, I want to ask you a question. Tyler Perry has totally taken the non-conventional road when it comes to casting this show. Plus-size women on the show absolutely just warmed my heart, took it over. Talk to me about how you feel being cast in this role, knowing that this role could have went to anybody else, being able to see your talent and your beauty and see something in that and say, this is going to work.
Right. Honestly, it warms my heart. Anytime someone looks at you as if you're special and that they believe in you, that's, you know, you only see that in your parents, really. When you, you know, and some, educators throughout your life, but most, outside of your family, it's very rare to have somebody say, I trust and believe in you. And that right there, that means the world to me and everybody. So
yeah.
I feel very blessed.
Yeah.
You are blessed. We trust and believe in you. Don't we believe in her, guys?
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
I definitely believe she can do it.
We love Angela Marie Rigsby. I have to use the entire name, okay? We want to be clear which Angela we're talking about. That's right. That's right. Okay, so look, so I have a question. Let's go back to the actual show, because I know we're not going to have you for, a long time, so I want to try to get as many questions in as we can. I want to ask you, when that sister-in-law of yours, I can't stand this girl, by the way. Can't stand this character. When you told her to go and change her clothes, the girl went up in the bathroom and didn't wash. She came back out with the same clothes on. I have an issue.
Yeah.
So talk to me about Nelson, that he would come home from the military and he was not able to discern that something was wrong with his woman when he got close to her and couldn't tell it. You know what I mean? You could smell your woman. You could smell the scent of your person. Like, what was going on there?
I'm going to just tell you right now, living next to nasty-ass Jolene's trailer, it's hard to smell anything else that's not that shit. So, yeah, Regina she smelled disgusting, like Elm and his, bum after sweat. But living next to that trailer, you can't smell nothing. All over that trailer.
I'm going to throw this one to guy number 2.
Okay. All right. I definitely want to know where you see your character going in the next season, because I definitely want you all to have a season 3. We're rooting for it, and I just want to know where you see your character going.
I honestly don't have an answer for that. Mr. Perry is brilliant beyond words. Like Tyler, he's just brilliant. His mind, I can't keep up. So all I know is I'm going to be ready to work when we get a season 3, because you got to speak it into existence. When we get that season 3, I'm just going to be ready. Wherever he, puts Octavia, whether it's in the grave or running around happy or even in the White House. So.
Well, he better not put her in the grave, because then I'm coming to Tyler Perry's house. I'm going to be sitting on the lawn. I'm going to be on his lawn like Yuri. You better not kill her, David. What is going on? Okay, last question very quickly. I'm going to give that one to Chris.
I just want to know, did you see it coming that he was going to, the girl was going to find that bra and there was going to be a war out there?
Not at all. That was not at all. I didn't see that coming at all. I was hoping everything would go smooth, that Regina would just stop talking to Elm, or she can keep talking to him, but for those 3 days that I gave her, stop talking to him, stay with Nelson, and then, say it's not working and just part your ways. But no, Shelby, Lord have mercy, Shelby came in the mix. Once Shelby puts her print on something, it's just, it's downhill from there.
It is downhill. Here's the absolute last question. Of course, it has to come from the host. Talk to me about that word you used, 11 hours. Was that your special ad lib, or was that a Tyler Perryism?
I got to look through my scripts again. There was Tyler Perry. He gives you the freedom to just go off. So you never know what they're going to use and what they're not going to use, So I got to look back at my scripts, honestly, and see if that was him or me, but I don't.
Okay, so do me a favor and please hit us up on Twitter. Let me know if that was you or if that was him. Whoever did it, it was brilliant. I loved it. It is stuck in my head, so I love that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Look, I want to thank you for joining us, Angela Marie Rigsby, a.k.a. Octavia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate it so much. And y'all have a great night, okay?
You as well.
Thank you.
You as well, Octavia. We enjoy having you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys. That was Angela Marie Rigsby, a.k.a. Octavia, from Tyler Perry's Too Close to Home. Listen, you guys, did you guys enjoy that? Chatting it up with her?
Oh, my God, it was great. It was great. I love it.
Yes.
What about you ladies?
Oh, she was awesome.
I like her a lot.
Awesome. I love this chick. I want to see more of her. And you guys who are tuned in to the after show, make sure you check her out on Twitter at her handle, Angela Marie Rigs, ANGELA MARIERIGS. I want to see more of her. She's great. I wanted to ask her about that moment where she actually tooted herself back, her backside back at Elm in front of that truck. But we'll get her again. We'll get her again. The thing is with a lot of these actors, you guys, especially the newcomers, the ones that we are seeing now. Tyler is doing such a great job of bringing these new faces. Once they do shows like this, they start running. They start running to auditions and other things that they're getting cast for because other people see them. So we're catching them on the go, and I love the fact that they're taking time to stop and chat it up with us. So look, let's jump back into the show because we have 15 minutes to close out this segment. We have a great guest coming on up next. So let's talk about you guys. Tina forgives Elm. She forgives Elm after not finding anything, in his phone that would point to him cheating. So talk to me, Natasha. Can this woman be this naive? Really?
I'm gonna put it like this: if the next scene didn't happen where she snatched Shelby, then I would be like, yeah, she is that naive. Because if she truly forgave him, she wouldn't have snatched Shelby like she did when she caught a whiff of that perfume.
That's right. Now, what about you, guy number 3? What did you think about, the naivete of Tina?
When she came off, she came like, this can't be happening. She didn't believe that he would cheat on her, but when it all came down to it, when she walked past that girl and smelled that cheap perfume on, the naivety went away. She woke up and saying, she might have potential to be sleeping with my man, and went into attack mode and grabbed Shelby by a mop and winded it up and finna bang her lights out. Shelby was hollering, let me go. Why are you doing this? Hey.
It was just something. The thing that got me is that she just seemed to forgive him so quickly, and I just don't understand women being that naive. Usually being so mouthy, that's my word about some of these women, is so mouthy, but then again, so naive. I want to jump over to the fact that there was an attack. There was a few attacks tonight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fact that Jolene attacked Shelby and pulled her hair out, but she wasn't the only one who did that. Let's talk about the fact that Tina grabbed her by the head and slammed her up against the side of the trailer. I want to go over to Chris on that one. Talk to me about that scene. What did that scene do for you?
Well, I think Tina wanted to believe him, but once she smelled the perfume and seen that it was Shelby, I think that she just automatically knew. But I feel like after that episode, poor Shelby needs to wear her hair in a bun, like off her neck. It's just not safe for her. I think I'd go and cut my hair, immediately cut it short, like in a little short bob, because her hair gets pulled constantly. I feel bad for her. Even though she's the drug addict, she just gets the brunt of everything, it seems like.
It is. She's the wild card, and she's running around doing whatever she wants to do and saying whatever she wants to say. And because she finds herself in so much mess, I just think it's karma coming back at her, you know what I mean? But she was very quick to let Tina know it was not me, okay? That stuff, that stinking cheap cologne, perfume, okay, old skunk, belonged to that trashy Regina. that trashy Regina. And so, guy number 2, did you think that she got what she deserved? Do you think that, even though it wasn't about Shelby, that she got what she deserved? Because she just stirs up so much mess.
Nah, I don't think she necessarily deserved that. But, we know Tina's last name ain't Turner, and she was treating her like Ike in the back of that limousine, and what's love got to do with it? Know that. But I think that, she's going to have to put that same butt whipping on Elm eventually, so we're going to have to sit back and just wait and see how that's going to go down. So I know she's going to be ready to take him for a round or two. But, I don't think Shelby deserved that. Like Chris said, she probably does need to cut her hair short because she's going to keep getting it pulled if she keeps mouthing off the way she does.
Mm-hmm. That's well, you know what? Another person who did not deserve what they got would be the doctor. The doctor, he didn't deserve it. Dr. Allen, he didn't deserve it. What did you guys think about JB, basically choking his father out? Suffocating him.
Okay.
Outside.
Crazy.
Ridiculous. Natasha, what did you think?
Crazy.
I really do hate JB because y'all are absolutely right. Like, the daddy did not deserve any of that. I just don't like JB character at all. At all. Love the actor, hate the character.
Yeah. JB is just, he's another wild card. And I don't understand why Shelby isn't with JB. That's who she needs to be with, because they foolish, and they could kill each other. They could get high together and choke each other out.
Exactly. Yeah,
get high together, steal from each other, choke each other out. That's what the normal crackhead relationship looks like, But I think Brody is going to beat the brakes off of JB when he finds out what he did to his dad. Okay?
Oh, he definitely is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But let's look.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about someone else who needs to have the brakes beat off of them. Okay?
Yeah.
Y'all know who I'm about to say, right? I'm talking about that Rebel.
Oh, Rebel, definitely the break off.
That Rebel came walking down the street, waddling down the street, talking about he touched me, he did. I said I would have slapped her down on the pavement. I would have totally slapped that chick down on the pavement. I told you to stay away from Eli. I told you to stay away from this truck. I told you to stay away from white paint. Okay? And you took your face down there talking about, Rowan or Rory likes me, and now you done got raped. So talk to me, guy number 3, about, this chick showing up in the middle of the night walking down the road.
Man, I thought that was just devastating to her because she's so young and at an impressionable age. For her to be taken in by Eli that way, he grabbed her, after she jumped in his truck and she thought she was going to be so safe with him. And it just goes on back to saying, you don't listen to your parents, this is what happens, You don't follow instructions and listen to your parents with them telling them, trying to warn you that stay away from a person and tell you to stay away from a person that they mean you no good. You should stay away from that person. And so she got the back end of it by not listening to her mother.
Well, I think she got the front end of it. It was more like the front end. But look, that's what happens when you let kids make decisions when they aren't supposed to be making decisions. And people just tend to think that these young kids, 16, 17, 18, you can let them do what they want. They're almost grown. Almost isn't grown. So, and it doesn't count. So I don't, I think she got what she deserves. I don't like this little girl. I told you I don't like her. I won't be having her on the show.
Oh, wow. That's not nice.
I'm joking. I'm the host, so I can do that. But listen, I'm joking. I think she's doing a great job because I love to hate her. I don't like this little girl. I don't like this character. I don't like her, but I'm sure she's a brilliant actress because she's making me dislike her. Okay, before we close out this episode, you guys, I want to talk to you, guy number 2, about the fact that Bonnie ran over Eli. Did you expect it?
I saw it coming. I knew she was going to do it. The way she looked back at him when he was standing in front of that car, I said, oh, she's ready to take him in. She was already heated from the argument with her mother earlier. She had already admitted the fact that she was trying to kill her with the food. And she just saw Eli standing in the middle of the road, and she just said, okay, time for the roadkill. And she was ready to run him over, and I'm glad she did. I'm really glad she did. Now, hopefully he's dead, because if he's not, y'all are in for a war. It's going to be Trail Wars 101.
Exactly. Just wait until the sheriff finds out that Barney ran over his brother. I still think that Eli is the sheriff's brother. I still think that.
Oh, Sheriff Mobley's not going to do anything. He don't even have his handcuffs ready.
Turn yourself in.
Or it might take him 3 hours to get there.
Robert Craighead, do you hear what the cast of the after show was saying about you? Everyone except me. I still have faith that you will mosey on along that road and find your brother laid out on the tar. And you should scoop him up. And while you're at it, you need to scoop up that rebel and get her to do some community service. She's a mess. Listen, before we close out, I have one more question for you guys. And I want everybody to weigh in on this very quickly. What do you think is going to happen next? Because the president, has called for the Pelican, Cold Pelican, and he's in Happy, Alabama. Okay, he's in Happy, Alabama. So, Natasha, talk to me. What do you think is going to happen with the president and Anna?
I can tell he's real jealous and he's real overprotective. I think really what's going to happen next is either he's going to force Hannah to, come back to D.C. with him. One, I think the press is just magically going to show up somewhere along the line while them two are standing there talking somehow. Because the press is already down there looking for Anna. So I think the press, the way his wife destroyed him on national television, somebody somewhere going to show up. It's going to be the two of them. I'm just really hoping for just an all-out altercation between the two.
And there just might be. Guy number 2, weigh in very quickly.
Well, hopefully he's going to open up a Walmart while he's down there, and then, I don't know. But no, I think the press is going to swoop in on him, too, and catch some clandestine pictures and some action between the two of them, and it's going to give more ammunition for Caitlin Christian to go in on her. So good luck.
She's going to go in. Guy number 3, very quickly, weigh in, very quickly.
I think they definitely is going to get. The president has an agenda, and his agenda is to save his presidency right now. So he's in a compromising situation because his wife just blew him out the water on live TV in an interview, and he's trying to, in a position where he's trying to play damage control, and very fast. He must, he can't because this is already out there. So that he's got to kind of soothe the waters a bit. So he's going to try. I think he's going to try to use one sister against another one to bring the other sister along with his program.
Wow. Okay. I got you. Chris, weigh in very quickly.
I honestly don't have a clue because whatever we suspect it's going to be, Tyler Perry has a way of making it nothing like we expect. I would think that he's going down there, profess his love, and then take her back. But then he still has to face America. So I don't know.
Exactly.
Wow. I don't know what's going to happen either. I think that he needs to take his little narrow behind back to Washington, D.C. He ain't got no business in Happy, Alabama, with them Bamas. But if he doesn't go on his own, I believe that Caitlin has something that she's going to send down there that will blow him back to D.C. in 1.2 seconds. 1.2 seconds. It was a great season of Tyler Perry's Too Close to Home. We got to know a lot about these characters. We got to speak to a lot of the life characters on the show, and I love that, and I have more lined up for you guys. But we're going to close out right now, you guys. We got to get ready for the next episode of the After Show. We have a special guest, and I guarantee you guys that you don't know who he is coming on the After Show. Coming up next. We'll be right back, you guys.